Jesus has a big, big feast for us, and he invites us to come and dine. And I want us to think about, what does that look like? And if you had people come to your house or your apartment or whatever for dinner, what are some things you would do? What are some things you would think about ahead of time in terms of having company come for dinner? Any thoughts? Give me some feedback. What's that? Clean. Clean. Boy, howdy. I've told you my secret. We shove everything in a junk box and throw it in the closet. So we have like closets stacked full of junk boxes. Right? Clean. What else would you do? Dishes, right? Best dishes. But sometimes, like, I've had company come, I've had like barbecue come and go, right? Hosted graduation parties, and that's kind of burgers and hot dogs, and that's like a come and go 4 to 8. How many of you ever done some of that more casual, right? Casual dining. It's paper plates, it's plasticware, and disposable. You don't want to, but just so there's that end of entertainment, all the way to like an opulent meal where you've got your best dishes, just like Patsy said. Get out your best dishes. What else would you do to get ready for a meal? Having company come. Plan your menu. If you've failed to plan, you plan to fail. Somebody famous has told me that more than once, because I'm not always good. I'm good at impulsive, but not the planning part's a little skinny for me sometimes. But I also think you kind of do an invitation, right? You tell people ahead of time, hey, I'm having a party, right? Or I'm having a dinner thing. And you invite them, right? How many of you, that's like kind of, you got to think about that. So how many of you have a paper that says, I'm coming? Oh, look around the room. There are people that are saying, I'm coming. And you're online, you're welcome, you're coming as well. Not everybody got it, but I want us to think for a moment about dinner with Jesus and what that looks like, a feast with Jesus. And in Jesus' time, things looked a little bit different. Entertainment and hosting people, hospitality, looked different than it does in our world. So I want to kind of coach us a little bit on what that looked like. And a perfect example to kind of show us how this played out is in Matthew 22. In Matthew 22, the first 12 verses, Jesus gives a parable, and it's the wedding feast parable. So it's dinner with Jesus, come and dine, table talk. And in this parable, Jesus we see through this lens, we see what's considered the cultural normal etiquette. The normal etiquette. So in this first couple verses, it says the kingdom of heaven is to be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. And in verse 2, it says, he sent out his slaves to call those who had been invited to the wedding feast, and they were unwilling to come. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of some background on this. At this time in history, let's remember that their idea of hospitality took a lot of time. Everybody hung out. They would come for hours. It was a time to socialize, great conversations, great food. They would have music and dancing. Everybody kind of let their hair down, exhaled. It was nice. Nice to catch up with people you hadn't seen for a little while. Just a real chilled, relaxed time. But like Lauren said, you had to plan your meal. You had to plan ahead of time. So when the person was giving a feast, throwing a big party, what he would do, she would do, they would do, is they would send out invitations, and they would say, hey, I'm having a party on such and such a day. The time, remember, they didn't all have Apple Watches. So their best guess was like a sundial, in the afternoon, sometime